Hi there. We are back for the first session here in 2022.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And okay, so for this live, we would like to start off with kind of telling you what is coming this year. And it's almost like I want to ask anybody, like, can you pronounce it, Dora? What's the secret ingredient?
Bakuchi oil? Bakuchi oil?
Close.
Something
Bakuchiol. Bakuchiol. All right, so you are going to find Bakuchiol in our new product that is going to be coming soon. I know you guys have been asking about this. This is our 20th anniversary product, and it is another essential oil blend. So Bakuchiol, I am like still tired from running up and down the stairs. Bakuchiol is an alternative to retinol. They're not the same, they're not really the same family at all, but it's going to give you similar results without the irritation. So for our customers that can't use retinol because it's causing irritation and things like that, you're gonna love this new anti-aging serum.
I'm super excited. I'm one of those customers that are retinol sensitive, and I am totally stoked. And it's going to be called Essential FX.
Yes, Essential FX. And this is the back of our little card that we put in your orders. So you'll be getting this soon. And so you'll be like, it's not on the website yet. It will be. It's still going to be probably a month or two. Things just take time. Ingredients are taking longer because of COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
But this will be coming really soon. We're excited to get that to you. So let's get right in. We got a whole bunch of questions.
Yes, we have lots for you ladies and gentlemen today. So let's start. First question is from Allie. She says, hello, I'm planning my first peel ever. I'm excited. Can I use TCA 13 peel if I had not used the melanin inhibitor, even though I have been using retinol for over a year now? My skin color is a type 3 with some sunspots and hyperpigmentation and pimples. Also, can I use the same TCA 13 peel on my eyes? I use retinol on my eyes as well.
I would say 3 is kind of like that spot where maybe yes you need it, maybe you don't. If you are of the Asian persuasion, or who else is really like Latino skin,
even like an olive Italian skin tone.
Yeah, if you're like either of those, I would prep no matter what, even if you have very light
working on
skin.
Hyperpigmentation, so I would say as a precaution.
Yeah, you should already be using Favorite if you're working on hyperpigmentation anyways. So, can sometimes people do it without, prepping with a melanin inhibitor? Yeah, if you have really, really white skin. Like some people, I know we're saying you're type 3, but that's still fairly light. It's just, it's right at the cutoff. So
she also wants to know if she can use a TCA 13 around her eyes.
You can. You can totally use it around your eyes and up to at least this orbital bone here. If you want to do it like on the eyes themselves and around, we have the TCA eye peel for that. And we usually like to start with a 7% there. You can take that 13 and cut it in half to a 6.5 and do that if you're getting a little closer than your orbital bone.
Petroleum jelly too around the eyelash line is an amazing barrier, and you feel a little bit more comfortable getting a little closer.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. For sure. All right.
Perfect. Moving along. Our next question says, I bought a few new products and would like to know how they can be used. When, morning, afternoon, night.
Well, we need to know what those products are.
Right.
So why don't you, and I'm so sorry, the last name is Singh. We'll tell you that.
Email us.
Email us at support@platinumskincare.com, and we can answer all of your questions.
Absolutely. Okay, next question is from Chrissy Anderson. She said, this is so informative. She loves our lives. Thank you so much. I've been waiting to do a peel, but I'm nervous. I have dry, sensitive skin with rosacea, and I'm not sure if I can even try. I do have some health issues as well. I suffer from chronic pain, but I'm not on any other meds that you've mentioned. I would like to know if I'm a candidate. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year.
Mandelic. Mandelic is what you can do. And I would suggest the 22%. That one we have deemed to be as safe as possible for rosacea skin.
Yes.
Now, just keep in mind that no matter what, nothing is going, if you're putting exfoliants on your skin, it's not going to help rosacea in any way. It's not going to make your redness go away or anything like that. But if you have a need for a peel, clogged pores, things like that, you can use the Mandelic 22 either every other week or possibly every week. It depends on how sensitive your skin is. But for your rosacea, please start using vitamin C and nanohyaluronic. Don't know if I have one here, but those two work so well. The vitamin C helps to calm down the redness in your skin. So try that for a little while.
Okay, next question comes from Joe. I have uneven hyperpigmentation and very dry, sensitive skin. I am Asian with olive skin tone. Which peel is best for my skin?
So you are Asian, so number
Very
one,
dry, very sensitive.
let's start using Fade Bright. But I know you're dry, and Fade Bright is kind of like a toner. So I suggest this only one time a day on damp skin.
Right.
And then apply some really good moisturization. So for your dry, sensitive skin, you need to also be putting on like hyaluronic acid and then a nice cream. So try to balance out your skin a little bit. Now for your peels, there are two great peels. There's Mandelic, is amazing for hyperpigmentation, and so is Jesner. Now, whether you're dry or oily, any peel is gonna make you peel, so that's not the hugest thing to worry about. But, Jesner's gonna be really strong, Mandelic's gonna be milder.
Yeah.
Lactic too,
Lactic's an
Lactic's
option.
another one. Lactic's
just
another
made me think
one.
of it for the
That's
dry
right.
and sensitive, but I don't know, it's got a really small molecule, so if sensitive skin, that's got a little bit of a bite, even though
I
it's
feel like lactic.
it burns.
It
does.
burns way more than I ever
burns way
thought
more
it
than
would.
Mandelic. So if she is on the
Yeah.
sensitive, I probably would go with the
Maybe Mandelic. Mandelic 22.
Yeah. Okay, so Tammy asks, how often can I do a TCA peel?
Well, you always want to open your manual, and that's all in there. I can't remember what page that's on, but it's going to tell you depending on what percent you're using and how many layers you're using, because this is going to vary. So I would say on average, if someone's applying about 3 layers, which is pretty common, you're going to do a peel once a month. If you're doing 1 layer or something like that, you might be able to do
Every couple
once
weeks.
every 2 to 3 weeks safely.
And depending how your skin reacts, then you kind of gauge what you do with your next peel, of course.
Yeah, there is no rush to do the next peel.
No.
Take your time.
Right. Okay, so next question comes from Jennifer. She has dry skin. She lives in Huron, Ohio. She's a Fitzpatrick 3. Her question is, does red light therapy affect my peel before or after? I red light daily for 10 to 20 minutes.
Not at all. No, and
Perfectly fine.
you can use it. We have customers I know that use it immediately after rinsing their peels. They feel it's very healing. I can't, attest to that. I've never used the light after a peel, but as long as it's not causing heat in your skin, you are okay to use it. So I don't think any problems at all.
Perfect. Next question comes from Yassi, dry skin from San Francisco, Fitzpatrick of 2, so fairly light skin. Which chemical peel and enzyme mask are the best for dry, mature skin type, and how often to get the best results?
Well, here we're back to lactic probably.
Yep.
Or, it certainly isn't going to make you more dry. Because if you do a lactic peel, you can have little to no visible flaking.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's not working. It's still making your skin turn over more quickly.
Lots happening under the surface.
For sure. And after you've done 6 to 8 in a row, your skin's going to look absolutely different. So, just stay on task and do this every week. Especially with lactic. Do it every single week.
Consistency. Set a peel day every Thursday, every Wednesday, whatever your day of the week is, and just be diligent.
Yep, and then for the enzyme mask, we have our enzyme mask. You can use this any day of the week. You could use it every day of the week.
Sure.
Not that you need to, but I think it might be handy if you do your lactic peel and maybe 3 days later, 4 days later, maybe you feel a little bit dry. That enzyme mask will help to get that dead skin off.
Absolutely. Okay, John has oily skin. He's from New Jersey. I have some ice pick rolling acne scars on both temples. Can you please make some recommendation on how I can greatly improve them? Thanks.
Yeah. Now, you don't mention your skin coloring, so I'm just going to guesstimate that you have very white skin for right now, because I'm going to recommend a TCA 30, and what that would be is the TCA cross method.
Right.
And we sell these lovely packs of 100 of these little picks. And this one has cotton on it. You can take the cotton off if it's a teeny tiny hole. And then you're gonna watch the video for this. We have a whole video on this. You're gonna take this once every 5 weeks, dip it into the 30, poke it into your hole. It's gonna frost. It might get a little scab. That's gonna come off after about 5-6 days. And once that comes off, you're gonna wanna start using something like Supercut 2X. This will be like your nighttime treatment. And that is what you're gonna use to help fill in the depressed scars. And that's called the cross method.
There
chemical
is
reconstruction.
a video too for clients with ethnic or darker skin.
There
It
is.
talks about proper pre-treating and maybe if you have the darker skin to go with the 20
Yep.
versus lighter skin with the 30. So make sure you watch both videos.
Yeah, that's exactly why I started there, and then I forgot to say that.
Yeah, right. But that's why we have all those videos. So.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. So moving along, Elena, normal skin. She's from Honduras. After day 5 of the Jesner's peel, how do I remove the leftover dead skin that's harder to come off?
Well, no matter what, it's going to come off. You know, when you wash your face twice a day, use your fingertips when you're scrubbing. Scrub little circles with your fingertips to try to get some of that dead skin off. If you have nails, you can still do it, but just gentle little circles with your soap. Obviously, your washcloth's going to help to get some of that off too. Now, if you have enzyme mask, you can totally apply that. You can apply that every single day, once, twice a day if you want. This will help to dissolve dead skin particles and get that off a little bit more quickly.
Yeah, it's really nice. I love that after a peel.
Yeah, a lot of people like to use that.
Okay, so Mary has combination skin from Marietta, Georgia. I'd like to purchase a strength peel for my upper thighs, the front of them. Can you advise which peel? Oh, and also the top of my hands. I don't understand the Fitzpatrick question.
Yeah, so hop on over to peeluniversity.com because that is going to help you figure out what Fitzpatrick you are. There's photos that you can look at. And basically it's 1 through 6 and it's light through dark. And the reason it's important is because we don't want to put too strong a peel on darker skin without prepping it properly, or you can end up with hyperpigmentation. So for your legs, as long as you don't have older, 60s and up, crepey skin that's really sensitive and papery, you can use the TCA 30. And we do have a video on how to apply a TCA body peel. It's called it says the arm and hand TCA peel. That will show you how to do it. It doesn't matter what body part it is. It's processed the same way, 1 layer of 30. It's going to take a good month for that skin to peel completely, so don't panic and think it didn't work if, 8 days later, there's nothing is happening. It's a good 2 weeks before you really start to see. Now, if for some reason your skin is thinner or older or crepey, I would go with a lower percentage of TCA, like the 20, or I've even seen people use the 13.
Perfect. Okay, so the next question comes from, it says the Girl Spot Skincare. Normal skin from LA, Fitzpatrick 4. What is the best peel, skin routine, and products for rosacea with pigmentation on both cheeks?
Well, with that Fitzpatrick 4, we have to be careful. So if you were to do a dark or a deeper peel, like a Jesner or something, you would need to prep with Fade Bright or hydroquinone, whatever, for at least 3, sometimes even 4 weeks to make sure that you don't get PIH after a peel. If you want something that doesn't cause a lot of flaking, I would say a Mandelic peel. Lactic's another option if you don't want to see it. But if you want to get a little bit more aggressive, then you need to prep with Fade Bright and go with Jesner. Start at about 2 layers.
All right. This one's all the way from the UK.
Hey!
Steven, light skin, Fitzpatrick 2. He says, hi Jen, hope you're well. Could you explain how to remove skin tags with copper products and what to expect if it's used on lines? Also, does it remove red marks and broken veins? Love your products. The acid is really making my skin feel flawless. Kind regards.
Yay! All right, so skin tags, and I'm going to be honest with you. The easy way to take care of a skin tag is to just go get it cut off.
Yeah. At your dermatologist.
That is easy.
Yeah.
They'll put some numbing or they'll give you a shot. They'll cut it off, and
Quick
it's
and easy.
done. If you want to attempt this at home, you can definitely use the TCA 30. I would recommend, you still have to wait 5 minutes. I would, wherever it is, let's pretend it's on my hand, I would put some petroleum jelly around the surrounding skin because you don't want to put it there.
Right.
And then very carefully, probably with a Q-tip or a paintbrush or something
even
like
use something
that.
like our tips.
Or or our wooden tips here. Get that whole skin tag saturated, wait 5 minutes. I would put on 2, 3, maybe even 4 layers. I mean, the whole point is to get rid of this. We want that white.
Isolate it to the base where the tag meets the skin.
Yeah,
try to
if
get
you
it
can,
on the
definitely
very
try to get it down there a little bit. You only obviously do that once. Once your 5 minutes are up, rinse that off, and then you can start using Supercut 2X every day. Could you use just this on its own? Yeah, you can, but I don't know that it's necessarily going to take care of a skin tag. You can try.
Right.
As for this is also really good for anti-aging. Yes.
Broken veins. It is
Broken
a strengthener, but it's
so that's where you're getting this. So Dr. Picard states that using the copper peptides helps to strengthen the capillary formation in the skin, which is why a lot of times we suggest this for people that have rosacea because the capillaries are breaking. So as long as you're using copper peptides on a continual basis, it helps your capillaries to be stronger and less prone to breakage. Is it going to fix them?
No.
No, I really don't.
It will help prevent.
It'll prevent more.
Yeah.
It'll prevent more. And you can always get that, get an IPL treatment or something done to take care of any, really damaged veins.
Yes. And I have had that done, and it did work. A couple of quick zaps.
Yeah, it's having a nose or something, right?
Yeah. I had one, like a little one over here and one on the side of my nose. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, moving along. This is from Teresa Noble. She has combination skin. She lives in Florida. Fitzpatrick of a 3. Could you please explain the additional products you sell, such as GABA, vitamin B mask, etc.? Vitamin B, masks, etc. How do they complement the skin with peels, and what should be used when? I would also like an explanation of overload on products. I feel overwhelmed with what to buy. This is where you have to email us at support@Platinum Skincare.
Yeah, there's a lot. And you can also take the consultation online. There's the consultation at the very top of the page. Go there because then you can, choose if you have dry skin, if you have normal skin. And just know that, GABA, GABA is for normal to oily skin and Dermasnap is for very dry skin. And they're both like a nice anti-aging daily cream. You always want retinol in your regimen. And if, masks are super helpful, vitamin B mostly for problem skin. But if you want a full regimen,
you can send us photos,
email
you can send us very detailed message, and we will get back to you.
Yep, we check those every single day.
Okay, so moving along, Stacy Squires has oily skin. She's from Nashville, Tennessee. Fitzpatrick of 2, so she has light skin. She has a couple of questions. So question 1, how long does the GABA Elite take to start working? I've been using it 2 times a day for a month, and I don't see any difference in my forehead wrinkles yet. I understand that it has wrinkle relaxing agent in it.
Yeah, well, obviously, any topical products that you put in your skin, which you're putting on the surface, that you're looking at least 90 days to start seeing things. And you can look at the photos on the website. Like there's like the charts, and you can see the red and green and yellow, the depth of those wrinkles. Yeah, they go down, but now, mind you, that's an extremely sensitive camera that is watching that, so you can see and they look, wow, so amazing. It's going to take a little bit longer for you to see that with your naked eye. Now, you do say that right after that you're doing TCA peels. That is going to help even more. Because TCA helps to stimulate collagen and elastin in the skin, and that's what's really going to help with the lines. So
she
go ahead.
I think she had a little PIH here. She goes, I've done 2 TCA peels so far as directed, and both times to date, after peeling is done, I seem to have a bright red spot, size of a nickel, on the same exact spot on the upper cheekbone area to the left eye.
It sounds like that's an area that's maybe over exfoliated. Like a lot of times when people wash their face, this is why we always want you to even out your skin before peels with products like retinoids or acid serum, things like that, as opposed to exfoliating beads and being aggressive, because you're more aggressive in certain areas of your face than other. So you may just have thinner skin right there because you've been a little bit more aggressive in this particular area. And so now when you're putting that peel on, it's getting hit too hard. So if I were you, I would definitely try to avoid that area next time. Like keep tabs on that area and don't apply the peel there. Let that area regenerate. Use something like Regenerate. Use Regenerate. Helps stimulate new, tissue growth and fill in that area. And if you're still dealing with redness, you can use 1%. Oh, wait a minute. No, I just had a blurb. What do we use?
Aquaphor? you're
No,
saying?
no.
I'm sorry, I was reading the next question and I chuckled.
I keep wanting to say hydroquinone. It's not hydrocortisone.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
The 1%.
1% hydrocortisone on there, and that will help with the redness and equal it out to your normal skin coloring.
Okay, so the next question is from Allie. She's from Tucson, Arizona, and I'm sorry, I chuckled when I read her question. She says, Jen, how do you deal with your kids, family, and especially your spouse after the peels? I've done 3 so far with 13%, and my husband and my boys are always scared of my face, and he's always saying that I'm peeling all the time.
Well,
Also, let's see, also, what do you recommend for people living in the desert? Too much sun, too dry. I'm afraid I won't have a chance to do 8 peels with the weather. I do wear hats, sunscreen all the time, etc.
well, there's nothing that you can do for them. That's their problem.
Yeah.
It's what I think.
Yeah.
You're going to look better in the end. And
Yeah,
then they're
right.
going to be like, wow, my mom looks,
So refreshed.
30 years old instead of the 60 that she is. And you can
Right.
say, remember that peeling? That's why
Right.
I look this
Or
way.
you, remember those shirts we had where it said,
Yes, our peeling shirts.
Yeah, just wear that.
That's why I look like this.
Right, yes. That was
But,
fun.
and if I were you, I would really add some hyaluronic acid into your life. I would
Yes.
start taking it orally, and I would also put it on your face every day. Now, here's the caveat with hyaluronic. It pulls moisture from the air, of which you don't have,
Yeah.
right? So then it pulls it from your body. So what else you can do, and a lot of people have them, like a Perrier spray, those little spritzers
Yeah.
with the water. When you put that hyaluronic on your damp skin, it's going to keep you moist for a while. Then, in a few hours or 3, 4, 5 hours, you start drying out. Just take your little mister and mist your face down again, and that will plump those hyaluronic particles back up.
Great
And then
suggestion.
I would also, obviously make sure that you're putting a deep enough moisturizer
Emu
on.
oil at night, add it to your moisturizer.
Yes.
Emu oil
Yep,
is an
emu
amazing
oil.
moisturizer. Okay, Sherry Smith has dry skin. She's from Utah, Fitzpatrick of 4, so a little bit on the darker side. I want to do a facial peel on my husband. Do I apply the acid in the area of his face as he has facial hair and shaves?
Well, like we have the video on men, so we don't ever want him to shave immediately prior to a peel because
Right.
that's exfoliating on its own. But if he just has 1/4 inch stubble or something
Right.
like that, you can go right over that. There's no need to avoid that area.
He may want to avoid shaving the day after, or for a day or two.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we say. Like if you do have to shave, like he has to be clean shaven for work or something, put lots and lots of that your shaving cream
Yeah.
on. Really moisturize it in there, get it in there, let everything moisturize, and then gently just shave down. Don't be pressing.
Don't be
hard.
aggressive, right?
Yeah, and it'll be okay. Yep.
Okay, so Tessa has combination skin. She's from New Jersey, Fitzpatrick 2. Her question is, if peeling isn't necessary for a peel to work, why would one need the Dream Peel for accelerated peeling?
Well,
It's more of a booster.
Yeah,
Boost it up a
it's
bit.
a booster. And what we're trying to tell you with that is let's say you do some people will do, let's say, a TCA peel and go, well, I really didn't get any peeling. Well, you did. Any peel, even a lactic peel where you can't see the peeling flaking
Yeah.
all over, doesn't mean that it's not helping your skin. It is chemically dissolving the bonds of those dead skin flakes. They're coming off, whether you're not seeing it because it's when you're, scrubbing your face when you're washing your face in the morning twice a day, that gets that dead skin off. It's coming off.
Naturally exfoliating as you're cleansing it.
It's helping.
Yeah.
And no matter what, it is helping your skin. So keep that up. So Dream Peel, when you're adding that onto things like TCA or Jesner, that's just helping it peel even more.
Yeah.
Now, usually you can see flaking with that though.
Yeah.
That's not usually the question that I can't see it. If you can't see it, then they're just not putting it on right. They didn't strip their skin. They're not putting it on appropriate amount, things like that.
Okay, so next question is from Nettie. She has normal skin from Minnesota, Fitzpatrick of 2. I have dramatic wrinkles under my eyes when I smile. I have used Dream Peel once a month and wondered if this retinol helps to lessen the wrinkles, or am I making them worse by applying it under my eyes? Should I consider filler/injections instead?
This is absolutely not going to make it worse. No. This is most definitely going to make it better.
For sure.
Retinol, even just daily retinol use, is going to make that better because it speeds up your skin's turnover rate. It's always turning over. It's just hyper accelerates it. So you're looking at fresh new skin less dead skin buildup. Those
Right.
wrinkles look smaller. And, you know, there are other things that you can do. Yeah, you know, fillers and injections, that's great. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with that.
Even Botox in the crow's feet, some ladies get, and that helps
Yeah.
when you smile, lessen that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never want to say like chemical peels are the end all be all answer for everything. There is a whole plethora of things you can do, from lasers to peels, you know, intense pulse light, all of that good stuff. Needling. I've had needling. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, do
As
it
long
all.
as you get the numbing.
As long as they
Get the
numb
numbing
you
treatment
first.
before you're all
I couldn't
golden.
imagine
Good.
it without the numbing.
All right, so our next question comes all the way from Saudi Arabia. Let's see, is it Meka Ahmad?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I have made cross method, but until now the scars made with cross method are very hyperpigmented and red. So next time I do the peel, is it better to do the whole face instead of cross method again until these spots go away? I am confused.
Well, remember this, when you do the cross, when you stick that in there, that gets a scab, that comes off. Yeah, you just took off a lot of skin. It can be red
Yeah.
and angry and irritated. That's why we want to, you know, cover it with things like hemo oil or
Right.
healing oil. Be calm and gentle to that until that skin regenerates. That is going to take 5 weeks. 5 weeks before you can judge what has happened from that one procedure, okay? So don't jump to doing something else any earlier than 5 weeks. Then, yeah, if you did one cross method, I would think you
I
were
think
just
it's
fine to
nice.
just do a face peel.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I think I would alternate that very comfortably. And if for some reason they're still red, like I said earlier, 1% hydrocortisone, that will help to even that out in, you know, 3 to 5 days.
All right. Next question comes from Kitty. She has normal skin. She's from the Northeast. Very light, Fitzpatrick of 1. She says, is the low percentage TCA safe for underbrow area, not actual lids, or is this not recommended? And how low can the percentage be combined with microneedling?
Well, firstly, yes, 7% is great for the entire eye. So
Yeah.
if it's just going under the eyebrow, that's fine. You can do, if it were just doing like something at the top, you could even probably do the 13, like if you were doing your whole face.
Right.
Just a dab under there. But you never, ever want to combine TCA with needling at the same time.
No.
That's just a no-no.
Yeah. Too aggressive and
Way too aggressive. You don't want that acid to go any deeper than it's already going to go. Those are 2 separate treatments, and I would keep them at least 4+ weeks apart.
yeah. Okay, next is, her name is Selvi. She has oily skin, Fitzpatrick of 6, so dark skin. If you are a regular tretinoin 0.1% user, would using the luminosity method with a Jesner cause peeling? Or would we need something stronger to introduce peeling, like our tretinoin 0.025? Yes, I've been using Fade Bright for 3 weeks. So she's properly pre-treating, and she's just wondering.
Well, number one, you don't have to put vitamin A of any shape
Yeah.
or sort on after a Jesner peel. Jesner is basically going to peel all on its own. How we have our dream peel or our luminosity method, I mean, that's for people that are at that point where they just want it to be just a little bit more aggressive, or they want to try to get that skin off a little bit more quickly.
Right.
But it's not mandatory, and no, we generally don't recommend tretinoin or / Retin-A after a TCA or a Jesner peel because it's acid. It's in the acid form, and we don't like to apply acids to freshly peeled skin. Retinol is not an acid. Doesn't convert into an acid till it's deep in your skin, so therefore it's safer.
Yeah, it has a unique delivery system, so it's a little different and less harsh right after a peel.
Yeah, oh, it's calming feeling.
Yes.
It's soothing.
Oh, it is. And even like the dream peel, I was so surprised at how soothing it is after a peel.
I know, you would think.
Very hydrating too. Like yes, awesome.
All the oils and stuff in there.
Okay, so Gwen Courier has combination skin. She's from Wyoming. And she says, does using a peel encourage more or darker facial hair? None, unrelated.
Not at all. No, I don't know of any correlations between that.
Okay, so Linda Barber has combination skin. She's from Rhode Island, Fitzpatrick of 6, so darker. After my dermatologist's suggestion, I had a medium grade Jesner and 35% TCA chemical peel
That's a strong peel.
last year in the doctor's office. Trying to keep up with, this is always a
I can never say this right. Actinic
keratosis.
Yeah, that's
and
not a
sunspots.
word for me.
Right. It worked wonders. I purchased your products and have done a couple of lighter peels to maintain. Even the tons of sunscreen and avoiding the sun, I noticed in the heat of the summer the sunspots trying to come back. My question is, with each passing chemical peel, does the outcome produce less and less sun damage? Will I actually get to a point where it is maintenance, or will I have to go get a medical deeper grade peel done every so often? So expensive and painful, not to mention the downtime. Hopefully I can maintain with your products. I even noticed the downtime seems to be better with each passing peel. What would maintenance be? Twice a year?
Yeah, if you're doing a Jesner peel, you can turn this into a very deep peel by adding more layers.
Correct.
If you go to a dermatologist's office, they'll go up to 10 or more layers of Jesner. We never suggest that, and in our book it says up to 5, but you can start progressing after that if you've been using this for a while. Jesner plus a 35 TCA, wow, that is an extremely strong peel, and I'm so thankful you did not end up with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation.
Right, because you do have the darker skin.
You
Pre-treating
really
is so important.
Yeah, so if I were you, I would be using Favorite every single day.
Right.
And I would be using SPF 50, and I would be reapplying it every single day when you're out there, big hats, things like that, and do a Jesner peel every month. Do 3-4 layers.
Right.
That should keep everything under control. And you have layers and layers and layers of skin, and there's pigmentation going all the way down. So as we're continuously getting those layers off, the damage is moving up and out.
Right.
So you will reach a point where your skin is looking nice. But just remember, some people like me, I have melasma. I could have nice clear skin and go in the sun for one afternoon and I'm going to have pigmentation again.
Yeah.
So you always have to be really cautious
And when you
use
continue
your inhibitors.
to use that, it keeps that melanin
It turns down the melanin production in your skin, so you are less likely to get pigmentation when you're out.
All right. Jeannie from Maryland has dry skin. She said, I didn't understand the answer to my question when last posted. I wanted to do a dream peel immediately after a TCA peel. Do I rinse, then apply Prep B before the dream peel?
Nope. It's not necessary. Your skin is already prepped. You wash your skin, you stripped it with the Prep B, and you did your TCA peel. Now you can just rinse that off and put your dream peel on.
Yep.
And then, tomorrow or 6-8 hours from now, wash it off, and then just put your normal emo oil or essential healing blend or even Aquaphor on. That's all you need. You don't need to strip it again.
Okay. This isn't really a question here. It just says that.
Question peels.
Yeah. All right.
See the website for peels in general.
Okay. So Maria Machina, she has normal skin. She's from LA, Fitzpatrick of 2. I purchased Supercut for surgical scar improvement. The scars are not raised or darker than my normal skin, more of a white/pink color and slightly different texture. Can the Supercut work without doing a TCA peel first, or do you have to do a peel and then use the copper monthly?
No, this is a standalone product.
Yeah, that's a product
you
can
don't
use daily.
have to use a peel with this at all. If you're using this, now Dr. Picard has like a lactic serum that he recommends to people. He doesn't carry anything with glycolic, but we have our serum 15.
Yeah.
We also have our serum 30, which is glycolic, mandelic, and phytic acid together in 15 or 30%. That, even just something like that can be used. So you can put that on at night. Put your serum on, serums thin to thick, serums, and then end with cream, so your Supercut will go right on top. And, I don't think yours was raised, but some people that do have the raised scars, what you would do is you put the copper, and then they want to put the silicone gel. You can put silicone gel right on top of copper, just in case you have a raised area.
All right. Nikki has combination skin. She's from Texas, Fitzpatrick of A4. She says, hello, I want to know how to even out my complexion after I put on my chemical peel. By the cheeks, there's a few little brown spots, like it's not even. I want to know how I can correct that. I usually put the peel on twice or 3 times. Not sure if I should put one layer. It's tricky with olive skin. Definitely made a huge improvement. I'm just trying to level up my complexion.
So we didn't say what peel we're applying, right?
No,
But
she
if you're
didn't.
trying to treat hyperpigmentation,
The Fade Bright. She said she has a few spots.
are you
After
using
the peel,
Jesner? Well, she's layering
a few little
it.
brown spots. Yeah.
So it's either Jesner or TCA.
She doesn't say.
So yeah, Fade Bright to help with those spots, and then SPF 50 every single day.
Yes.
Avoid the sun. And then I don't know if you're using TCA or Jesner, but I would suggest even Jesner possibly, because this is really, really good for hyperpigmentation because of the resorcinol in here. That could be helpful. If you want something milder to do every once in a while, you can do like a Mandelic peel.
Yes.
You know, a series of Mandelic. Even this can be helpful on its own.
For sure.
So if you want to try something a little bit less aggressive, go that route.
Sounds good. All right. Tammy has dry skin. She's from Alabama, and she said, how often can I do a TCA peel?
Well, kind of like we said before, you really want to grab your manual, open that up, and look and see what percentage you applied and how many layers you applied. And there's a chart in there. It's going to tell you exactly the next time you can do it. Most of them are a range because some people are more sensitive and some people have really sturdy skin. So you'll find maybe like a 2-week range, like 2 to 3 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. On average, I usually say once a month for TCA.
All right. Next is Nazil? Combination skin from Rhode Island. We struggle with some of these. We apologize. Fitzpatrick of 4. How to clear my skin of hyperpigmentation. That's the first question. What to use on my skin for the week after his Mandelic peel. Let's see. Give me clear directions on what to use for the whole week before I do another Mandelic peel.
Yeah, well, for hyperpigmentation, you really want to be on some sort of a regimen like Fade Bright once or twice a day, and then follow in the morning, follow that with any other serums and creams, and then SPF 50. At night, you can put your Fade Bright on with Retinol. Retinol will help to speed up the turnover of your skin and get some of that discoloration out more quickly. If you're doing a Mandelic peel, well, that's, once a week.
Yeah.
It's not going to cause a lot of flaking.
Yeah,
just
continue with your daily
dryness.
products.
Yeah, so I mean, you're going to do your peel, and then, 4 days later, 5 days later, you're probably done.
Yeah.
Then you go right back to your normal regimen again. Another thing is if you want to use, if you have, let's say you have some other things that you're using besides this, and you're like, well, I'm always peeling, I never have time to use my products, you can do every other week with your peel. Like you can do a peel this week, and then use your products all next week.
Yes.
And then do another peel.
Right.
That's a really good way if you have a lot of other treatments you want to do. But keep that up and never forget the SPF.
Absolutely. Okay, Lisa Schneider from Pomona, California has dry skin, Fitzpatrick of 2. Is your prep necessary if I'm already using tretinoin and vitamin C?
So prep. You're just prepping in general for a peel. You're using vitamin A already, and you're using an antioxidant. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, you do want to add some SPF into your daily regimen, but what we want when we're talking about a daily regimen, we want you to have healthy skin. That's all. It's not like you want to use some sort of exfoliator. You want your skin to be even, no deep areas of dead skin, and not. That's why you want to use things like retinoids at night or acid cleansers, things like that. And then we want you to use antioxidants because we want your skin healthy. SPF. I feel like you're just fine to do any peel.
Perfect. All right, Gail Lohman has normal skin. She's from California, Fitzpatrick of 3. I'm a newbie and I watched all of your videos multiple times, and I'm converting over to mostly platinum products. To get my feet wet over the last few months, I did a series of 8 glycolic peels. Then recently, with advice from a platinum advisor, I moved up to a 7 TCA peel. I did 3 layers followed by an application of Dream Peel. I cleared my calendar to stay home because I was hoping for a peel like I've seen on the posts on Facebook, but instead I got little flakes. I know this is still wonderful, but I'm hoping next time I get a bigger peel. So my question is what to do. If I want a bigger peel, should I continue with the TCA 7 and maybe add 1 or 2 layers, or should I add something, or should I change to something different?
Well,
So she did 3 layers followed by the Dream Peel of 7.
well, you were starting with glycolic.
Yeah.
And you obviously were a little bit nervous about moving up. So that's where the 7% TCA, I could have talked to you, because that's something that I'll recommend all the time.
Yeah, if somebody's nervous and they're
You're
not
nervous,
sure. Yeah.
but you want to, tiptoe into TCA, 7% is great. Now, you did 3 layers of 7% on your whole face, which will give you some dryness and some little flakes. That's the same thing that we use on our eye area. So we consider that a very mild TCA peel. So I suggest, yeah, I think you would be perfectly fine doing 4 or maybe even 5 layers of that 7% next time. And then you could still put the dream peel on top. So wait a month. And then after that, you may, like if you have this box, you might have, 2 or 3 more. You can add more layers if you want to. Okay, you don't have to stop at 5 layers. You can, if you've got 2 more vials left and you want to do 6 or 7 layers, that's fine. Go ahead and use up your 7. And when you're done using up that 7, then I would move to the 13 because then you'll get a little bit more flaking that way.
Right. Just make sure your layers are nice, wet layers, not dripping wet, but you want a nice layer of peel, and then wait that full 5 minutes. A lot of clients don't wait that full 5 minutes. That's very important as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Sharon Jackson is from Maryland. She has dry skin, Fitzpatrick of a 2. I'm in my late 60s, and I want to know what I can do to soften the look of my turkey neck. It's not bad yet, but I want to be proactive. For about 3 months, I've been using your basic recommendation of products for cleansing, Fade Bright, vitamin C, Retinol 20, emu oil, and sunscreen. Great. I have completed the glycolic 30 one time a week for 3 weeks on these areas. Also, 1 time the eye peel kit so far. Should I be doing something different, more aggressive peel wise for my neck, and using other products to help?
Well, number 1, make sure to do your face too. Don't just do your neck.
Yeah.
Do everything if you're doing it.
All of your products, kind of feather them down to your neck.
Yeah, I always
chest area.
put on your face and then pull it down to your neck and chest.
Anything less, do the tops of your hands.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I do.
Everything you're using is perfect. Just continue on with that, and then start.
All right. Do we have any of our Crepey Skin Escape?
No.
I
the
have
GHK.
recommended that to some clients from like the jawline down on the neck.
Yeah. Or Regenerate too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That is one that.
Yeah.
This is a good one to put on. Regenerate, the epidermal growth factor. There's also Synhycan in here. And Synhycan is like tightening and lifting for jowl and neck and all that kind of stuff. So if you start putting this once or twice a day, that will be helpful too.
Absolutely. And the only other thing I can think to recommend would be maybe citrus stem cell for kind of rebuilding elasticity. It's one of our neuropeptides, Dr. Platinum Potions. You could try that. And it's a small bottle, but you can spot treat that area.
Or you can add it into one of your other
There
products.
you go.
That's the beauty of those little potions. Let's say you've used a little bit of your Regenerate, push it back down, make some room in there, and pour the potion in there and shake it up. And you can add that ingredient to anything you want.
That's a great one. Okay, so Dina from Switzerland, has normal skin, Fitzpatrick of 2. How long before and after a TCA peel Meso my face? Is that a machine?
Mesotherapy or something.
Either hyaluronic or I'm not sure what this
PDRN. See, now you're throwing out some terms at us that, we don't deal with here. So that makes it kind of difficult. Generally, if you're going to do a TCA peel and you're going to go and get a service done at a medical spa or something along those lines, you're going to want to wait at least a month in between.
Yeah, and
if they're doing injections and things.
She says when there are breakouts or purging on the face, is it okay to perform a TCA peel as long as the skin is not broken?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for your time and answering these questions.
Yeah, absolutely. If you do a peel on your pimples, it's just going to help to dry them up more quickly.
Yeah, as long as it's not open. And if you do have some open acne, you can always
just avoid it.
Yeah, avoid it. Put a little dot of Aquaphor or something on so the solution doesn't seep into that area, and you'll be fine.
And if you get it on there, it burns really, really bad. So
and it
try
will frost.
to avoid it.
It will frost immediately. Okay, Denise has dry skin. She's from New York, Fitzpatrick of 2. I have never used my peels yet that I purchased from you. I decided to first try your enzyme mask. I had a reaction to it. The skin around my mouth and lower cheeks had some type of rash. It's been over a week now. It's getting better, but it got extremely dry and was red. I do masks all the time and have been taking good care of my skin for several years. I do use toners, AHA, BHA, etc. I was quite surprised by this reaction. Any thoughts as to what happened?
Sure, you have an allergy to something in here.
Yeah.
And any of us can be allergic to anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that because you have a reaction to one of these ingredients that you're going to have a reaction to one of these ingredients. They're not the same. Most of the products are quite different.
Right.
I would just take a look at this and see if you can't narrow something down. And it's difficult. It is so difficult to tell like what you're allergic to unless you're getting allergy tests.
Right.
But there are people come to us, you know, every once in a while, I'm allergic to this and I'm allergic to that. Do you get a lot of people like that? Not really.
No,
you know, everybody has their own differences. It's not anything with the product. It's not anything wrong with you. You just have a problem with that. And, you know, you have a 30-day window to return things. So if you had noticed, you know, that wasn't working for you, you can always, you know, fill out a return request and know that that's just not good. You know, if you you know, so make sure to take something like a Benadryl or
cortisone,
you
topically
know,
maybe?
topical hydrocortisone, things like that to calm that reaction. So
Right.
your skin can just calm back down again. But you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, and then just don't use that again.
Right.
Something's in there.
Yeah. Okay. Kathy has normal skin. She's from Warrenton, Virginia. Her question is, I did my second TCA 30 arm peel and I applied it 2 times. I did not oversaturate my application. My arms are extremely discolored and the new skin coming through is bright pink. Did I actually get a burn or is this normal?
Well, every single peel is a controlled burn. So
Yeah, it's a controlled burn for
2
sure.
layers of 30 is really deep.
Yeah.
So you did 1 layer of 30 prior a few times before you decided to add on that second layer? It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
See, if you started applying this 2 times, that's too much. You know, in our video, in our directions, it never states to start off with any more than 1 layer of the TCA 30. That is a very deep peel. And depending on how thin your skin is, if you have that crepey, thin, papery skin, then that is just way too strong. You need to, now I don't know if the skin is already coming back and you're saying it's pink.
She's saying there's some bright pink coming through, so maybe it hasn't completely exfoliated yet, and she's seeing some of the brown.
Because it can look pink as that skin, the underneath skin, because that skin's closer to your blood supply.
Right.
It's pink. You don't have all the dead layers on top anymore. If it is still pink, you know, a couple of weeks later,
She doesn't
1%
say how long.
hydrocortisone.
She doesn't say how long it's been because it's completely normal for it to be a darker brown, you know, the day after, day 2, day 3, day 4, until it peels. I mean, that part's normal.
And peeling can take weeks. It can take, you know, 3 to 4 weeks to get that dead skin off your arm. So don't be purposefully trying to get it off. I hope you're not doing that.
Yeah, keep it moisturized.
Lots of emo oil, Aquaphor is good too.
Absolutely. Okay, so Amy has combination skin. She's from Arkansas and has a Fitzpatrick of 4. For those of us who live for the summer and sunbathing, is there any way to regularly lay out in a healthy and moderate way so I don't have to stay in a cave my whole life to protect my face? Big sunglasses, large hats, Amy.
Yeah. Tan, I'm always along I run in the family of let's cover our face and neck, and the rest is kind of fair game, which is why I have way more hyperpigmentation on my body than on my face. But hey, I mean, I have a pool. I lay out in the sun.
There's nothing
I got my
better.
music playing, and I got a big hat on, and I make sure that shade is coming right over to like my neck area.
Yeah.
You can do it, and just SPF 50, and apply it thick, and reapply it if you're staying out there for a while.
Get the spray to make it easy.
Definitely.
That's what I like. Okay, so Cleora Richmond has dry skin. She lives in Arkansas as well. She's between a Fitzpatrick 2 and 3. Her question is, what products can I use with high-octane vitamin C? Let's see. Mainly copper, GHK, Fade Bright, Matrixyl, Dermasnap, and Regenerate.
So if you have all those, you can use all those. It's okay. You always just want to apply thin to thick, right? So your Matrixyl, either you're mixing that into something, or if you're applying it by itself, spot treat with that, and you Regenerate first because they're thin serums. Then you can use a little bit of vitamin C. I like to mix the vitamin C with nanohyaluronic, and I don't see that on your list there. A lot of people like to mix that with the nanohyaluronic because you need such a tiny amount of vitamin C. I'm talking like a half a pea size. Some people just overuse this, just a little tiny bit. Tiny little bit.
And use your GHK, your copper at opposite ends of
at night. Yeah, use that at night. Oh man, Fade Bright's always first. That
Yes.
one's always first. Sorry about that. Then
But
serums.
any of these she could mix. The Regenerate, Matrixyl,
Yeah, it's all
Dermasnap.
fine. It's all fine. It works with everything except that GHK. Put the GHK on at night.
Okay, let's see. Next question comes from Kavita. She has dry skin and she lives in New Jersey. She's between a Fitzpatrick 3 and 4. I have been doing TCA peels for the last 6 to 7 years, maybe 3 to 4 peels a year, but my acne scars have still not completely gone. They are depressed ice pick type scars on my cheeks. I know they have gotten shallower, though. At what point do you think I should say that this is the best, or can it get better?
Well, are you doing the cross or are you just doing peels?
I say she should mix it.
I think you should add a couple of cross treatments into that. When you do your peel, you're saying 3 to 4 peels a year. So you're doing a peel every, 3 months or so.
Yeah.
I would do a cross at the same time you're doing your peel. So get yourself some TCA 30, just a small little 5 ml vial is all you need. Take the cotton off one of these little wood picks we have, and then saturate that, and then poke it in the hole. Just follow along with the video.
Yeah, follow
Let
along.
that sit for 5 minutes, then do your face peel, and I think you're gonna get much better results. And then, where's our copper 2X? Add supercut 2X into your evening regimen. So if you're doing the cross and the 2X, you're gonna get way bigger changes way more quickly.
Yes. She was a little scared to do the cross, so that's why
Oh, yeah,
definitely look at the videos.
Because she
Follow
has
along.
darker, she's
Right.
got 3/4. Okay, well, use Fade Bright. Fade Bright,
Yeah.
prep your skin,
Yeah.
just like you should be doing.
So
if
should I
you're
keep doing them
TCA
every 3 to
peels.
4 months? We say a little more frequent,
Well, yeah.
Okay. Stephanie from Midland, I'm not sure, she doesn't say.
Hey, maybe it's Midland, Michigan.
Maybe. She has combination skin. Is 5 layers of a TCA 13 comparable to 1 layer of a TCA 20? I'm asking because I've done 2 peels so far and made it to 3 layers. Should I just take the plunge and do a 20% for better results? And will it be far more intense? I find it a little intense at 3 layers.
Yeah, number one, if you want to understand layers a little bit better, see our TCA peel video on layers. There's one that explains all the layers. And it's funny that you say that because I use that as an example right in there. I'm like, you get to 5 layers of this. Is it equal to like 1 layer of a 20? I mean, there's nothing that's equal, but that's like the natural point to move to the next.
Right.
So I do not suggest you rush it. There is a very big difference from 3 layers to 4 layers.
Yeah.
And then 4 layers to 5 layers. So if you can imagine the difference from 3 layers to 5 layers, and you just want to skip all that and go to the next step, you're going to be really sorry.
Yeah.
So I would just continue. Next time, go to your 4 layers. And if it's that bad for you, number one, stop your retinoids. I would say to stop your retinoids at least 5 days before. If you're really sensitive when you do the peel.
Yeah, that'll
Makes
help.
you more sensitive. And then you can also get, topical numbing thing. We need to carry one. I don't know why we don't.
Yeah, we used to.
But we did for the spa services.
Yeah. A lidocaine,
But you can
prilocaine
put the
or something.
lidocaine or prilocaine, you can get that on Amazon and stuff, numb your face up because it really does help.
Yeah.
It really does help. You'll be able to get those first couple layers on at least without feeling super irritated.
All right, so Fran has combination skin. She lives in Florida, Fitzpatrick of 3. Which would work better when doing TCA 7 on the eyes, using a gauze pad or a Q-tip?
I find the gauze pads a little easier for me because you can just like wrap it around your finger,
get more
and
control.
get nice, precise control.
Yeah.
I'm always concerned, like there are times when you can use a Q-tip if you're just like trying to dab close to like a crow's feet or something like that, but I'm always concerned that there's too much liquid in that Q-tip. You're
press
supposed
too
to like
hard,
roll it out, but maybe you're not. And I'm really always scared about that dripping into your eyes. That's like the number one fear. So I personally like a gauze.
Yeah, I like that too. And then definitely the petroleum jelly around your eyelash to form a barrier.
Yeah,
is
use
always
your Q-tip for that.
protected,
Put your petroleum jelly
You
on.
want to be safe around the eyes. Okay, Laura has dry skin. She lives in Arizona. I'm doing my first face peel, 1 layer of TCA 13 next month. Can I use luminosity right afterwards and then emu oil?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, luminosity, it will help you to peel a little bit more aggressively. Some people peel more quickly, and you're going to put it on after you rinse your TCA, pat dry, put this on, and then the next day, you're going to put that on again. I like nighttime, and then most likely you're not peeling yet. Most people do this about 3 days. And as soon as you start your flaking process, then you can just put this away, stop, and just use like emo oil or essential oil or something like that.
All right. So next question comes from Christina Dasher. She lives in Florida. She has normal skin, Fitzpatrick of a 2. After several peels and years of high-quality skincare, I still have a few stubborn sunspots. Can I do TCA on just these few areas and top off with the Dream Peel?
Well, you sure could.
Yeah, spot treating?
Yeah. I would suggest, but if you're going to spot treat, I would for sure do at least every once in a while, do a full face peel. You know,
Right.
You don't want just those areas. And I would highly suggest maybe adding some Jesner into that. Jesner is really, 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 really helpful for hyperpigmentation. You know, whereas, I mean, TCA is great for everything. It's like an everything peel, but Jesner is good for hyperpigmentation.
Yes.
So sometimes it's good to use both of those. We have a video on that too, how to apply both. You would just do maybe a spot treatment with this, you know, just dab it on those, wait 5 minutes, and then do your TCA peel on the rest of your face.
Perfect.
I think that would be good.
All right. Pamela Cutter has combination skin from Colorado. She just simply says, do you work with estheticians for professional pricing? And yes, we absolutely do.
That's Adora that will be helping
me.
you. So email support@platinumskincare.com and ask for our professional information. You'll have to send over your license, and we have a sheet for you to fill out and some pricing for you.
Yep. Very simple process. Okay, moving along. Judy has dry skin. She's from Arizona, Fitzpatrick of a 2 to a 3. I'm so ready for a peel. I have sun damage, brown spots, lines, very dry skin, hyperpigmentation. I'm in my mid-60s. Just wondering what products of your line would you recommend for desert dry weather? Peels, aftercare, serums, retinoids. I would love to purchase your products. What is...
The product links.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you need to, number one, get your skin prepared for a peel. If you've got lots of dry skin and stuff everywhere, you need to start treating that. So I highly suggest that you start with either the 0.10 or the 0.20 retinol every single night. You start getting rid of some of those layers of dead skin, and that during the day, for the dry skin, you can try things like nanohyaluronic or Dermasnap 8LM. That's really, really good for dry skin. It even has emo oil and hyaluronic in there. So that could be another really beneficial. Maybe the lactic cleanser every day. That too can help to get some of that dead skin off, because you need to get that dead, dry skin off so your skin is even, so you can do a peel.
Right.
And then you can do the peels to target that, or you can use Fade Bright too.
Then your products just penetrate so much nicer, and you get so much more hydration.
Much better results when that dead skin's gone. And then you can do any of the peels. I mean, if you want to do something light, you can do Mandelic or a lactic. And then if you want to do a stronger peel, like Jesner would be really, really good for the problems.
Perfect. All right, so Sandy has oily skin. She doesn't say where she's from, but she has darker skin, Fitzpatrick 5. She says, hello, I have been using your salicylic acid 25% peel for a full 6 to 8 treatments. I use this superficial peel every 2 weeks for 10 minutes before rinsing. I have oily skin, and I want to use peels to
stave off my
pustular acne. Yeah, there we go. I read somewhere that Mandelic was better for inflammatory acne versus salicylic.
No.
Jesner, I would say.
No, well, salicylic is anti-inflammatory, so that's wonderful. If you're still dealing with really bad acne, it's not just that peel. You can't do something once every 2 weeks and expect it to control your acne. So you need to be using AB cleanser morning and night. You need to be using retinol 0.20 every single night, and then you need to be applying the vitamin B complex twice a day. You need to have a regimen to keep that under control. Then your peels are going to be a bonus. You could do a Mandelic. I'm going to tell you what, Mandelic is going to be much milder than a Salicylic 25.
Right.
That is an strong
and
peel.
She does have the darker skin type too, so.
Yeah, so they're both anti-inflammatory. They're both fine. They're both absolutely fine to use, but yeah, that salicylic is really, really strong.
Okay, so that's all of those questions.
Yeah, that's all of our pre-questions.
So
Let's see if
now-
anybody asked any more.
Let me see. Where do I scroll down
Yeah, I think
here?
you just scroll down.
There
we
we
go.
are. Okay, so Marty says, can I start a Mandelic peel if I can't seem to use vitamin C on my neck and chest? My face can handle the vitamin C. I have TCA 15 too, but I haven't used anything yet. Thanks.
Vitamin C is
maybe something about that.
tricky. It can really be tingly, stingy, and less is more. So couple that with the fact that your neck is highly reactive. Not everybody can put it everywhere. It is okay if you're not using that and you want to move ahead and start doing peels. It's okay. There are other antioxidants in the world. Even copper is an antioxidant. So think about that. You should add some CP serum into your evening.
Okay, can you do your eyelids with 7? We have discussed that a little bit
We highly
earlier.
suggest to do your eyelids with 7. Start with about 3 layers. Watch the video. We even have a peel kit for it with, everyday, what is it? The Matrixyl Synth 6 is in here and the luminosity.
Okay, let's see. I have been using hydroquinone 4% and tretinoin as a prep for TCA 13.
Mm-hmm.
Should both be stopped several days before the peel or just the
Just the tretinoin, really. And then how many days is dependent on you. If you don't have super sensitive skin, it could be maybe 2 days or so. If you do have sensitive skin, or if it makes your skin more sensitive, then that peel is going to burn more. So if that's the case, then I would stop, upwards of even 5 days prior to your peel, and that'll make it more comfortable.
And then she says, when can she start the hydroquinone back after the peel?
Well, here's the thing. Like when you do your peel and you rinse your peel off, you can actually put treatments on right then if you want to. Like that skin is primed to accept something. So if you want to put a little bit of your hydroquinone on at that moment after you rinse your peel, go ahead. And then top that with, whatever you're using to hydrate, whether it's like emo oil or essential blend or Aquaphor, then put that on top. I'm going to tell you that by day 2 or day 3, when you start to get tight, and nothing's going to penetrate at that point, so don't waste your hydroquinone at that point. Just use your hydrating products. Once you start peeling and your peeling is mostly done, then you can start using it back again.
That's going to be, we're getting low here.
Oh, our battery's low.
Last question. Best bet for boxcar scars.
Boxcar scars, what those are, and you can see a peel video on our website. Oh no, it's not a peel video. It talks about scars in general. Boxcar scars, all those are like ice pick scars, but there's a bunch of them together and they form a bigger hole.
Right.
You can still do the cross method on those. So I would highly suggest that you do the cross method there and start using something like the Supercut 2X at night. Hey,
Okay, we're good. We're plugged
we
back in.
saved our life.
Yay. Okay, because we got
So
a few more.
That will really, really help for those.
Okay, so we're back. We got a couple more questions here.
A couple more.
All right. Let's see. Angeline says, hi, I'm Fitzpatrick 2 to 3, Hispanic and prone to hyperpigmentation. I have hyperpigmentation left on my leg from a burn that healed. What peel and regimen do you suggest?
Well, I would suggest, Fade Bright or hydroquinone, something like that every single day. If you want to do a peel, especially on your body, you can do something a little stronger. So I suggest the Jesner. I would start with maybe 2 layers your very first time. And I worry a little bit just because you have the Hispanic skin. We don't want you to get more hyperpigmentation. So like I
Right.
said, you got to prep with your inhibitor first for a few weeks. I'm talking like at least 3 weeks.
Absolutely.
And then do your peel. I suggest Jesner.
Okay, Lisa Lloyd Ray says, what is the difference between TCA and Jesner's? I've only used TCA, but wondering if Jesner's might be beneficial.
Well, Jesner is a combination of 14% lactic, 14% salicylic, and 14% resorcinol. So the combination of that chemical reaction from that is really, really good for if you have acne or hyperpigmentation. Like those are what this is super, super good for. Now, TCA, trichloroacetic acid, is kind of good for everything. They're completely different. I mean, there's nothing at all the same about them other than they're both layerable peels.
Right.
But so that's kind of neat because you can apply them together,
Right.
1 or 2 layers of this, 2 layers of this, whatever you want to do. And TCA really shines when you have like aging issues, wrinkles, scars. It's really good for because TCA can stimulate collagen and elastin growth in your skin. So I mean, there's definitely a use for each. But if you've been using TCA and you have some problematic hyperpigmentation, add Jesner's into that, or do some Jesner peel on your own first, and then add it to the TCA.
Okay. Tracy Mel asks, how do you know when to move up in TCA percentage? I've done 7 months of Jesner's and layers of TCA 13. Can I move to a 20?
Well, how many layers of TCA 13? If you're not putting 5 layers on, then I don't feel that you're ready to move up.
They can always add Dream Peel as a finishing layer too,
Yes.
to kind of bump it up without moving up acid strengths.
Yeah, right. This will make your peel stronger without actually adding more layers. But until you're putting 5 layers on, I don't think you're ready to move to the 20.
I think that is it for us.
Hey,
We have
that
completed.
is it.
We are done.
We
Thank
did
you for
it.
joining us once again. We look forward to our next 2
Our
weeks
next
from today.
live,
Probably
I
about 2
don't
weeks
know.
from today.
Something
2 weeks
probably
from.
2
We're going
weeks
to try
from
to do
today.
them every other Thursday at 3 p.m. unless somebody's
Yep.
schedule or something happens. But that's our New Year's goal, to spend more time here.
So go to peeluniversity.com and then you can submit any questions that you have.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been great. You have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.